All right, girl. So if you are tired of creating Amazon KDP books that don't sell, you are probably skipping these 3 key things. But if you make sure you implement these initial steps that I'm going to walk you through step by step, so make sure you stick around to the end so you don't miss nothing, then you will be setting your book up not to get buried in the search results on like page 6 or 7 of Amazon. So today I'm going to show you exactly what to do to set your book up for organic sales. And organic sales just means that you're getting sales simply because of the algorithm or because someone searched for this type of book and your book came up in front of them without you having to send additional traffic to Amazon or without you having to spend money on ads. If your book is set up well to start selling organically, even if you do decide to run ads later, the cost is usually lower for you since the algorithm knows that people are already organically buying your book without the ads. So the first step is before you even start designing, writing, or creating your book, you need to make sure that there is demand for your book. So sis, somebody need to want your book. That's why I always recommend having at least 5 to 7 book ideas first, like I suggest in my publishing planner that's available at Book Bag University. If you have not grabbed yours yet, I'll leave the link in the description. But once you have your ideas, I use 3 key things to validate those ideas. So the first is to check the competition. And to do this, you can search for your book idea on Amazon and see how many results show up. Ideally, you'll want less than 1,000 results because that means your book's topic is not oversaturated, but that it is still in demand. So for example, if I type in a niche like Christian affirmations coloring book and it has 5,000 results, this is over the 1,000 number that we're looking for. That tells me that it's quite a bit of competition. So then I want to niche down further. Might type in something like Christian affirmations for teen girls, just to see if that has closer to that 1,000 search results. So anytime you're searching and that number is too high, always try combining maybe like 2 niches together. Another quick example for this is instead of just a self-care coloring book, you may want to try a self-care coloring book for moms. So you got the self-care niche and then you got moms tied together. So you can do this by typing your book idea into the search results, and then at the top left, you will see the number of results for this type of book. And just remember, we try to keep it in the 1,000 field. If it's like 1,500, 1,800, that's still okay, but just try to keep it as low as possible to that 1,000 number. So now that you found a niche with potential, you need to see if people are actually buying this type of book. So the second key thing you will want to do to set your KDP book up to sell is to look at the bestsellers rank, also known as the BSR. For this, I suggest finding at least 5 books in that particular niche with a BSR under 300,000. Now I say 300,000 loosely because 300,000 is kinda on the high end. And the way that you know that a book is selling is because the lower the BSR, that means the more books it's selling. So generally, I like to stay in that 100,000 to 300,000 BSR range because then you know that that particular book is at least selling a couple of copies a day. So to find the BSR for similar books in your niche, you would just go to one of the books, click on the book, and then scroll all the way down to check. And like I said, the lower the BSR, this means people are actively buying the book. All right, so in your publishing planner, you're going to check that off as a reminder that this type of book meets the first step and the second step. All right, the third thing that I do to stop creating Amazon KDP books that do not sell is to use a tool called Publishing Titans Quick View. This is a free tool that you can use to check to see if the niche score is 50 or higher. Green usually means that this could be a profitable niche with a good chance of organic sales. So now that you've validated your niche and confirmed that people are buying similar books, it's time to check how difficult it would be to create this type of book and what the price point is that the book is selling at. So to check the difficulty level of the potential book that you'll be creating, you can just go to that book, click on it, and then look at the front and back cover as well as the look inside feature to see what some of the pages look like on the inside. This is not to copy the pages. This is simply to gain inspiration so that you'll be able to have some additional ideas of what you may want to include on the inside of your book, since you can see that this book is already selling. And then you'll just want to scroll over a little bit to look at the price that they're selling the book for. And so this helps you set your pricing strategy, as of course nobody can tell you how much to charge for your book. But if you are new to publishing, you may want to stay within the same bracket of the books that are already selling. So let's take a look at how we can create a similar style book, and we're going to do this using Canva AI. So Canva is a free tool that you can use to design and put your book together, and they have an AI generator. In order to access that, you would just click on Make Me an Image from the home page, and then you can start typing in certain prompts that you want to use to create. So for example, if we wanted to do a floral coloring page, we might put in something like a bold and easy coloring page with black and white lines with floral print design. And then click on create and let's see what we get. Right, so you can see that it gives us 4 images. And so from those 4 images, you can just click on the one that you like the best to bring it into a document. So let's say we want to use this one. I'm going to click on edit in design. It will bring up a template with the design. Now for coloring pages, I know for me, I usually use 8.5 by 11 for my coloring pages. And the book that we were looking at on Amazon is also 8.5 by 11 as well. And so although Canva is a free tool, if you do have the paid plan, you can come over here where it says resize, and then you can go ahead and click on custom size, change this to inches, and then put 8.5 by 11 inches, and then you can resize this design. Then we'll go ahead and make it into that size coloring page. Now, of course, the design doesn't fit the page, so you can just move it up and then pull it down accordingly. Another thing that you can do is under the Magic Studio section, you can come over to Magic Expand. You'll notice that this has a crown, so this is part of the paid plan as well. But let me tell y'all, if you know you're gonna be creating books and using a software like Canva, and the pro plan is the best way to go because it has so many features that you can choose from. So if you do choose to do the pro plan in Canva, then I'll leave my link in the description so you can sign up. But essentially, what I like to do under this particular tool is I will go to whole page and click on expand and see what options it gives me to make the picture fit into the whole template for me. And so it gives you 4 options for this as well. And then you can just look through and choose which option you like the best. So I think I'm going to do, I like the first one and I like this one. You keep it at the first one, that's fine, and then go ahead and click on done. Let's say you like, girl, I'm just trying this out, I'm trying to keep it at the free plan. So then in that case, what you can do before you start prompting your design, you can come here and select the aspect ratio, and maybe you want it to be 3 by 4. And you can just enter in that same prompt and click on create, and then it will give you a more proportionate image that you can work with and use for your template. Now it is already prompted, and if you wanted to use this image in your design, it will already have the appropriate size for you, and you can just work with it from there. All right, so once you have your background image, now we are going to come here and we are going to add some text to it. So let's go ahead and click on add a heading. And then we can add a inspirational quote like, love is kind. All right, and so let's go ahead and make that a little bigger. And we're going to go ahead and come to the effects tab. And we are going to go to hollow so that it can hollow out the text to make the letters colorable for us. And as you can see, it's kind of blending in with the background. So to fix this, I like to go on outline instead and then change the color to white and then come back to effects, and where it's gray here, I'm gonna change that to black so that it can stand out more, you know, on the page. You could play around with the thickness as well. And then let's say we wanna add another page, and on this page, and on this particular page, we only want it to be a quote. So we'll go ahead and add in our heading, and let's say, the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, and peace. If we want to make this colorable, come back to effects again. This time I'm gonna go ahead and keep it at the hollow one. And then I am going to just center it on the page. And then you can even come here and change the font. So let's say you want a handwriting font, something cursive or cursive and cute, Then you can play around with that. I can even add the KJV chapter and verse to go along with it as well. And that is the way you can start creating your book to sell on Amazon KDP. Then something else that you can do to get ideas for the pages that you may want to include inside of your book. Also use ChatGPT to get inspiration for some of the pages that you may want to include in your book as well. I want to create an inspirational coloring book, an inspirational Christian coloring book for teens. Can you give me some ideas for the coloring pages to include? And so then ChatGPT can help you with some of the KJV quotes that you may want to use inside of your book, as well as some of the patterns that you may want to use for the background of the image as well. All right, so once you've nailed these 3 key steps, you're ready to publish. A publishing planner will walk you through the entire process step by step. It's a place where you can keep all of your notes together. That includes templates and, like I said, steps that you'll need during the publishing process with KDP. You can go and grab it in the description, or you can comment publishing planner and I'll send you the link. And if you want to take your sales to the next level, then check out this video next, where I'll show you how to promote and sell your KDP book according to Amazon. So if you like this type of content, go ahead and like and subscribe so that I know to keep putting out more content like this. And until next time, bye-bye.